Welcome back to the Flesh and Blood YouTube channel, everyone. Today we're bringing you another Armory Deck battle. My name's Kieran, aka Mr. Classic, and I'll be playing the brand new Revered Guardian Pleiades.
And my name is Uhyoung, and I'll be playing Kayo, Armed and Dangerous.
I'm going to be building an aura of suspense to keep the crowd on the edge of their seats to set up my big smash hit.
And I'm going to be playing Brute Attacks.
Okay, so this is a bit of a classic Deathmatch Arena showdown, Guardian versus Brute.
Yeah.
So should we just get into it?
Let's take it to the mat.
All right, before we jump into this, Pleiades is a new hero, so let's just talk through a little bit about how she works. So the hero ability reads, instant tap, remove a suspense counter from an aura you control. You may put a suspense counter on an aura of suspense you control. Then, whenever the crowd cheers you, create a confidence token. So let's focus on that top half to begin with. Why do we want to remove counters and switch them around? Well, the answer comes in our sort of suite of auras. So you have your sort of buff or pumping auras, things like tension in the air, edge of their seats, and act of glory. These are all auras of suspense, instant, they block for 3 as well, but importantly they have the text, when this leaves the arena, your next attack this turn gets +4, +5, and +6. Now, to go with these, we have a set of blue auras, instant as well. They defend for 2, but these all have beneficial effects, things that you want to maybe keep around on the board for as long as possible. So to be continued, the first time you will be dealt damage each turn, prevent 1 of that damage. The suspense is killing me, your first attack each turn gets +1. And what happens next? The first card with cost 1 or more you play each turn costs 1 less to play. So a common play pattern might be something along the lines of, I play out an edge of their seats. This comes in with 2 counters. And I've also played out the suspense is killing me, also coming with 2 counters. Now, usually I'd have to wait. I'd have to wait a couple of turns to get this edge of their seats to pop, and then I get the effect. But instead what I can do, if I want to get that effect right away, particularly if I have multiple auras that I want to pop on the same turn for 1 giant attack, is I can use my hero ability to tap, remove the counter from edge of their seats, the one I want to be blowing up next turn, and move it onto the aura that I actually want to keep around, the beneficial blue aura. So that's a pretty simple way. It can get a little tricky when you have multiple auras in play, but that's sort of the bread and butter of how you want to manipulate the auras of suspense and Pleiades. So let's run through an example to show how this all ties together nicely. So my opponent's pass a turn back to me. Now in my arsenal, I have Boulder Drop Red. That's right, the red copy, 3/7, breakpoint, disruption. Now I'm wanting to really pressure my opponent on this turn. I'm gonna pitch and play an edge of their seats at instant speed after they pass priority. Now, the turn passes over to me. So what I can do, comes to my turn, edge of their seats ticks down to 1, play the suspense is killing me, my blue aura that I want to stick around, your first attack each turn gets +1. This comes in with 2 counters. Now what I do is I activate my hero ability. I remove the counter from edge of their seats. So this has now no counters. When it leaves the arena, your next attack this turn gets +5 power. I move the counter on to the suspense is killing me, so I can keep this around for an extra turn. And then I simply pitch and play a boulder drop for 13 points of damage, with the +5 from each of their seats and the +1 from the suspense is killing me. All right, now let's just take a quick look at the equipment. So the head, chest, and arms in particular all interact in some way with your auras of suspense, helping you line them up at the perfect time. So Tiara of Suspense reads, instant, destroy this. Put a suspense counter on an aura of suspense you control. Activate this only if you've been cheered this turn, and it has Guardwell too. So this one can be a little trickier to line up at times, but it just means if you are able to cheer at instant speed, and there are some cards that we'll get to in a moment that let you do that, it allows you to keep an aura around for an extra turn. So maybe one of your pump auras that you want to delay to set up with a bigger attack, or one of your blue auras that you just want to keep around for a little bit longer. Now moving on to 2 of my favorite pieces of equipment in this deck. It's the Virtuoso Bodice and the Attention Grabbers. So Virtuoso Bodice is a Guardian equipment chest with Blade Break 2. It reads, when this defends, you may remove a suspense counter from an aura you control. If you do, gain 2 resources. Attention Grabbers reads, when this defends, you may remove a suspense counter from an aura you control. If you do, this gets +2 defense, this chain link. So it's base defense 1, Blade Break, so you can get this up to 3. The final piece of equipment is Boots to the Ground. This is a Revered equipment legs, temper 2, already pretty nice. And when this defends, you may pay up to 3 resources and create that many toughness tokens. So you might find yourself in a situation where you're not really doing that much in your turn, you just want to pitch away a card to create some of these toughness tokens to give yourself a stronger defensive turn next turn. And the other thing is, because it says you may pay up to 3, it also means that if you want to play something like Attention in the air for 2 resources, you can pitch a blue, play the Attention, and use the last resource to create just 1 toughness token, give yourself a little more sort of wiggle room on the following turn. Okay, and finally, our weapon of choice in this deck, the Moment Maker. So this is a Revered Guardian weapon, Hammer Axe, 2-handed. Once per turn action, pay 3, attack. If you control control 3 or more auras of suspense, this gets +2 power, and when it hits a hero, the crowd cheers you. So getting cheered is really important in Pleiades because, as we mentioned, the confidence token. So confidence reads, at the start of your turn, destroy this, then the next attack action card you play this turn can't be defended by more than 2 non-block cards. So importantly, this includes things like equipment, defense reactions, everything. So if your opponent's got a big fridge, they can't just shove the whole thing in. Here's an example of a turn where I have Edge of their Seats and Tension in the Air, both on 1 counter. I've ticked them down to 1 at the start of my turn, so they're ready to go on my following turn. I can then be a little tricky. I can go pitch, attack for 4. Currently, it's only 4 power, so maybe my opponent thinks I can get away with like a sink below or a defense reaction here, and if they do so, I can then play the suspense is killing me at instant speed. Now this goes up to 6 power, and I get the on-hit effect, and because the suspense is killing me, also gets +1 attack, so pushing it all the way up to 7. Just goes to show that you can attack for 4, and then unusually for Guardians, play a bunch of stuff at instant speed to be a little bit tricky. So as we saw in that example with the Moment Maker, confidence is a really important part of Pleiades' toolkit, giving you that evasion to line up with your powerful pump auras to get a big attack over your opponent's defenses. Now, we mentioned earlier as well that there are some instant ways to create confidence so you can catch your opponent off guard. A couple of them in this deck is, one is Thespian Charm, a 0-cost Revered Guardian instant. Choose any number, destroy a Might or Vigor token. Importantly, the crowd cheers you, which makes a confidence from your hero ability. Return an aura permanent you control to its owner's hand. So that last one is quite cool as well, because if I have Attention in the Air, I can bounce it to my hand, get the +4, and then play it again if I want. And now the Armory Deck exclusive card Superstar, really cool. A Revered Guardian instant aura, 1 cost, defends for 3, blue pitch, so already just fantastic stats. An aura of suspense. When this enters or leaves the arena, the crowd cheers you. So the great thing about this card is you can play it at instant speed to get the confidence, and then you can manipulate the counters to keep that confidence train rolling. So you can get a confidence 1 big attack, and then a turn or 2 later, set up another big one to really try and finish your opponent off. Okay, now that we've covered all the basics of Pleiades, let's go see her in action.
All right, Uhyoung, let's do this. Odd or even, my friend?
I will call evens.
It's definitely going to be odd.
All right.
There we go, there we go. I
Must
think
be nice.
I will start because my deck is chock full of auras, so fingers crossed we draw someone turn 0. Let's go.
All right, good luck.
Pitch and play Edge of their Seats. This is a Guardian instant aura that defends for 3. Pretty sweet. This enters the arena with 2 suspense counters. At the start of your turn, remove a suspense counter from it. When it has none, destroy it. And when this leaves the arena, your next attack this turn gets +5 power.
Pretty good.
And then I'm also going to play a 0-cost suspense aura, What Happens Next, a Guardian instant aura blue, 2 defense. The first card with cost 1 or more you play each turn cost 1 less to play. So importantly, that actually applies to both turns. So with my instant auras, I get a bit of a discount. And then, so this is one that I actually want to keep around because this has a persistent effect, whereas this one I just want to start attacking Uhyoung right away. So what I'm going to do is activate my hero ability, which is instant tap, remove a suspense counter from an aura you control. You may put a suspense counter on an aura of suspense you control. So I'm going to tap this, remove the counter from Edge of their Seats, move it on to What Happens Next, and then I'm going to pass priority.
Must be nice.
Okay, so not gonna lie, this is a pretty sweet start. I've got the Edge of their Seats set up in play, along with one of my blue auras as well. The deck is built around these auras, I do have quite a lot of them, but seeing 2 of these, as well as setting up an attack in my arsenal, that's a bit of a dream start for me.
All right, you're not the only one with instant abilities. I'm gonna instant this card.
Yeah,
Wind up.
great, perfect, here we go.
This card does create an agility token, so I'll get
Always lucky, this guy, man.
Little agility token.
Ridiculous. Anything else?
I believe priority is with you, Kieran.
Hey, pass back.
All right, now that priority is back to me, I will pass.
I was about to lose it if you discard another card.
All right, I'm gonna draw a card. All right, so my agility will pop. So my first attack this turn will have go again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pitch 2 to play Bare Fangs. When this attacks, draw a card, then discard a random card. If a card with 6 or more power is discarded this way, this gets +2. So here's my 3 cards.
This one.
All right. And it is 5, but because of Kayo's ability, it gets +1, so I've discarded a 6 power. So this will get +2.
And this one, I believe, goes back on the bottom.
Yes. So a few different triggers here. So when this is discarded, put it on the bottom of its owner's deck. So go to the bottom. And then Kayo's ability also triggers, which says the first time you discard a card with 6 power or more during each of your action phases, create a Might token. So here's a little Might token for me. And then this will also get +2.
No blocks, brother. I'm going to take 7.
All right. Fair enough, fair enough. See it. So let's see how much more you're willing to take. Here is 3 go again with Mandible Claw, because I've discarded a card with 6 power or more.
Yep, take 3.
Into Wreak Havoc for 6. So defense reactions can't be played to this chain link. When this hits a hero, you may turn a card in their arsenal face up, then banish a defense reaction in their arsenal. It's a nice CNC at home.
Okay, so Uhyoung's got a pretty good turn here, but the reason I'm trying to take some of this damage is because I've got a pretty sweet block lined up on this turning point. I need to be low alive so I can get the full block for 5 on it, but most importantly, it allows me to cheer, which combined with my hero ability gives me a confidence. What that means is this giant boulder drop I'm about to set up next turn has a bit of evasion tacked on. I'm gonna push a lot of damage back and get the disruption train rolling.
So this is what I've been waiting for a little bit. Not so much the trigger, but I did want to be lower life. I'm going to defend with Turning Point.
Oh my god, okay.
So Turning Point is a revered guardian block card with base 2 defense. When this defends, if you have less life than the attacking hero, yes,
Yup.
the crowd cheers you. Now my hero ability reads, whenever the crowd cheers you, create a confidence token.
Yeah, must be nice.
And while this is defending, if you've been cheered this turn, it gets +3. So I'm going to defend for 5.
Yep. Are you telling me that's a blue block 5 with upside, Kieran?
At times, yes, when you skillfully play towards it like I have here.
I see. All right.
So I'm going to take 1.
Take 1. Cool. I will have its effect trigger. Let's see your arsenal.
Okay,
It's a red.
I'll show you what I'm going to hit you with next turn.
So is that a misprint yellow boulder drop?
It is red, and hold on. I can play instance.
Oh, wait,
So,
no, you're right.
so when you pass priority,
I apologize. I thought I was versing a guardian. But
slow your roll.
seems I may not be.
When you pass priority, I'm going to pitch and play an Act of Glory.
Wow.
And I know you're thinking this costs 4, but because of my what happens next, reduced by 1, so nicely lining up with my blue here.
Must be nice.
So this has 2 counters. What I'm also going to do is activate my hero ability, because what I want to do, I have a confidence token which reads, at the start of your turn, destroy this. The next attack action card you play this turn can't be defended by more than 2 non-block cards. So that includes equips and everything. I'm wanting to line this up with my big boulder drop here. So I'm going to remove the counter from Act of Glory, move it on to the what happens next, just to try stick this around for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to go to my turn.
All right. Didn't realize I was versing an illusionist.
So I've taken a bit of damage here, but hopefully this is where we start to catch up a little bit. So start of my turn, I'm going to remove the counter from what happens next, remove both these counters. My confidence is active. These go to the graveyard, but I'm just going to leave them here to represent it. So my next attack has +11 with confidence. So I'm going to play a boulder drop for, it's actually 18.
Oh my god. And I can only give you 2 cards.
Yeah, unless you have any block cards. Which... And Boulder Drop actually as well reads Crush. When it deals 4 or more damage to a hero, they put a card from their hand on top of their deck.
I see you, and this is gonna hurt. So I think I will have to give you at least 3 block here, and then I'll give you this 1 piece of equipment, and I cannot give you anything else. So here's a block 5.
So we're going to Clash for Agility?
Yes, Clash for Agility reads, when this defense clash with the attacking hero, the winner creates an Agi token. So 6, so technically 7.
Nothing.
All right. I needed that. I did not want to give you that. So here's an agility token.
Okay, so you're blocking for 5, so that means you're taking 13 damage.
All right. Yep. Just take a casual 13.
We're in the lead. And then Boulder Drop trigger, please put a card on top.
And then I will put this card on top. All right. That hurt.
Okay, and then I am going to pass priority.
Sounds good to me. So start of my turn, my Agi and my Might will pop. And then I will simply put a -1 counter on my Savage Sash. Pitch 2. Play a Pulping. When this attacks, draw a card, then discard a random card. Ooh, how random. If a card with 6 power or more is discarded this way, this gets Dominate. And then if this is defended by fewer than 2 non-equipment cards, it gets Go Again. But it has Go Again anyway. So this is currently coming in for 7 Dominate.
And so the Boulder Drop was pretty helpful for me here, basically helping to shut off this double Go Again situation.
And I also make a Might, because I discarded a 6 power.
Okay, so here I'm going to...
Coming in with good old Dominate. Not as cool as Confidence, but you know, still gets the job done.
No blocks.
Wow, you're really keeping me in suspense here.
I'm just going to take 7, and hopefully we can just sort of keep the race going.
All right, I will pass my turn, as you're really keeping me on the edge of my seat. Asking, what happens next?
Okay, so I'm just going to...
Right, he didn't like those jokes. I really
Hey man, I'm just focusing on you right now. I'm just going to say that's fine. And
All right.
my turn.
Sounds good, I'll draw.
Start of my turn, I'm going to tick down what happens next.
What does happen next, Kieran?
I am going to pitch and play tension in the air. So another Aura of Suspense. When this leaves the arena, your next attack this turn gets +4.
Yeah.
Costs me 1 resource because of this. I have 2 resources available. Thefts me and Charm. So this is choose any number. I can destroy a Might or Vigor token. Interesting. The crowd cheers you. Return an Aura permanent to its owner's hand. So I'm actually going to choose all 3 modes. I'm going to blow up your Might
Are
token.
you sure? It is optional, I believe.
I am absolutely sure.
Okay, all right.
So I'm going to blow up your Might token. I'm going to return tension in the air to my hand. So when this leaves the arena, your next attack this turn gets +4. So I am going to get +4 on this as well. And I'm also going to chair to create a confidence token the next turn.
Wow.
And then I'm going to pitch and attack you with Moment Maker. Moment Maker is a revered guardian weapon, hammer axe, 2-handed. So this reads once per turn action, pay 3, attack. If you control 3 or more auras of suspense, this gets +2, and when this hits a hero, the crowd cheers you. So this is coming in for 8.
I'm going to block a 3, 6, and 8.
Okay, so for full block there, and then I'm going to replay the tension there, my 2 remaining resources. And then I'm going to activate my hero ability. So that's the cool thing about Pleiades is it's really about manipulating this Aura of Suspense. So I really want, I just want to keep this around to try and make my turns efficient. This enabled me to do the whole tension in the air double play this turn. So I'm going to remove a counter from tension in the air, move the counter over to what happens next. So now this can be popping next turn. If I get another Aura, I can use the hero ability again. I'm lining up the confidence, and then I'm going to pass priority.
Sounds good. This is Temper, 2 cards to the grave. All right, my turn. That's still a lot of auras. I'm gonna see if I live to regret this, but I think I arsenal this card.
Quick tip about the Arsenal Zone. You have to be very careful when arsenaling cards like Savage Beatdown. Although it's a very powerful card when you get it off, it is also very conditional. So once that card goes into my arsenal, I will have to keep a large hand in order to get the card out of my arsenal. It's gonna start pressuring me to play quite aggressively. So when you do arsenal cards like Savage Beatdown, consider, will I be able to keep large hands, or is it better to simply block with it?
So I'm simply going to attack with Mana Buckle for 3.
A measly 3. Okay. Well, a lot of my equipment interact nicely with my auras, but at this point I kind of just want to save them a little bit until they line up. I have what happens next. I'm actually just going to take 3 here.
Oh wow, okay, all right. I will pass priority and attempt to end my turn.
That is fine.
All right, Arsenal.
So my turn, remove the counter from tension in the air, remove the counter for what happens next. So I have confidence and tension in the air active. So my next attack this turn gets +4 and can only be blocked by 2 non-block cards.
Pretty spooky.
I'm going to pitch 4 to play a Spinal Crush, discounted by 1 from the what happens next. So this is coming in for 13 with confidence.
It's confidence, so I can only give you 2 cards anyway. I can't stop the crush. I think I might get just a little bit greedy. Just a little bit greedy to try close this out. I'm gonna block for 2 here.
Okay, and I see. And the beat and track is he's trying to get around my crush effect. Okay, no reactions from me, so I'm gonna come over for 10 damage here.
All right, take 10. And I am crushed. All right.
And I will pass back to you.
I will start my turn with a wee little pulping. When this attacks, draw a card, then discard a random card.
This one.
All right, and then, because of discard a card with 6 power or more, I will get a Might. Currently have 1 floating. And then, oh no, it doesn't have Go again because I was crushed. But I will activate Beat and Trackers, which is when I discard a random card with 6 power or more, you may destroy this. If you do, get an action point.
Oh, this guy thinks he's slick. I'm gonna block for 5 here. So Virtuoso Bodice, it's a Guardian Equipment chest with Blade Break. When this defends, you may move a suspense counter from an aura you control. If you do, gain 2 resources. So I'm actually going to remove the counter from what happens next and add 2 resources here.
That's pretty good.
And then I'm going to take 1 from the pulping.
All right, Kieran. All right, what do you think happens next, Kieran?
Hopefully not much. Just maybe just a nice mandible claw for 3. That would seem like a very reasonable.
All right,
turn.
here comes 12 with Savage Beatdown. Play this
me?
only if you discard a card with 6 power or more this turn, which I have. As an additional cost to play this, discard a random card, which I will, which is a Reincarnate. And then if this discarded a card with 6 power or more, this gets +6. And because of Kayo, this is considered a 6, so this will become 12. And then Reincarnate will also go to the bottom of my deck with its own ability. So here
I
is...
Spinal Crushed you. What the hell, man?
Missing an arm, missing a spine. all good. Just getting in there.
Okay, first of all, before I forget, I'm going to play out my tension there after 2 resources. Well, I mean, technically 1 resource, so not full efficiency there. First
Take
of all,
12.
play my tension. Play my tension there. And I'm getting aggressive, but 12's a lot when I'm down to 18.
12 is a big number.
It is a big number. I'm blocking. Okay, so fortunately, I've carefully maintained my equipment here. I'm going to defend with Attention Grabbers, Tiara of Suspense, and a Comeback Kid. So Attention Grabbers, when this defends, it's Guardian Equipment Blade Break 1. When this defends, you may remove a suspense counter from an aura you control. If you do, this gets +2 this chain link. So I am actually going to remove the Attention in the air counter
All right.
to give it +2. So this goes up to 3, 5, 8. So I will be taking 4,
Cool.
I believe.
Sounds good. Take 4. No, good enough.
Okay, that was rough. That was a little bit rough. I kind of wanted to do like a bit of a potentially double tension play, but you know, this guy had to play after a spinal crush. Okay, so Blade Break, this goes to the graveyard. Blade Break goes to the graveyard, and then this one has Guardwell. And also this Disinfect instant, destroy this suspense counter on an aura of suspense you control. Activate this only if you've been cheered this turn. It ain't happening this turn.
I feel like the crowd is cheering for me.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, I took a hit, but I've chipped away the equipment, and we're going to come back strong.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, this deck, you got a bunch of these no blocks, so I'm gonna hope you draw some of those.
And the good thing about these revered heroes is that they play well from behind. You know, when they're lower in life, some of their abilities start to trigger. So
It's true. Okay, I'm going to start at my turn, remove both these counters. So what happens next goes to the graveyard. So does Tension in the air, but this now triggers my next attack. It's +4, and then I'm going to play a red boulder drop for 11.
all right.
And the crush effect, you already know the deal.
It's pretty spooky.
Is that the crowd I hear cheering? Let's go classic.
Are you sure you're a reviled hero?
I'm revered. I'm the crowd favorite. I'm the crowd. I feel everyone watching is cheering for me. I like to think that at least.
All right, here is a block for 8 to avoid the crush.
Okay, now because I guess you're not reviled, but I'm just 8. So you are taking 3.
Yep, sweet.
Even Stevens.
Start of my turn, the Might will pop. Then I'll simply attack with my Mandible Claw for 4. 1 floating. You never know what I could do. The board's looking awfully empty, Kieran.
For now. Okay, so I'm going to defend with Boots to the boards. So this is a Revered Equipment Legs, Temper 2 block. When this defends, you may pay up to 3 resources, create that many toughness tokens. I'm going to defend here for 2. I'm also going to pitch 3 to create 3 toughness tokens.
Oh,
This reads at the start of your opponent's turn, destroy this. The next attack action card you defend with this turn gets +1 defense this chain link. So a deck like Kayo, I feel there's a lot of things coming in for often about 6 power or so. Hopefully this will get me the full 3 points of value. Take 2 damage here.
sounds good. All right, I will move to end my turn.
Thinking.
Oh, some could say I'm on the edge of my seat.
You kind of ruined my line. No, keep you on the crowd. They're on the edge of their seats here. So I'm going to play this out now. So bit of a decision here because potentially I could have saved it for my turn if I want to try and manipulate the counters a bit more. But this game seems to be heading towards the end. So I am not going to remove the counter here as well. I'm just going to go to my turn.
Sounds good. To the bottom, and then I'll draw 4 cards.
So start at my turn, remove a counter from each of their seats. And then I'm going to pitch and attack you for 4.
I guess I just block for 3.
Yep, taking 1.
Yep, take 1.
Big draw step.
All right, I'm just going to hit you with the...
So, sorry, start of your turn.
Oh, yes.
My toughness pop.
Oh, that's very annoying because all I can do is swing with a 6. Humble, when this hits a hero, they lose all hero card abilities until the end of their next turn.
Block for 6.
All right, good day, sir. I'm going to pass my turn.
Okay, start of my turn. Remove a counter from each of their seats. My next attack this turn gets +5. Does apply to weapons. And then I'm going to pitch an attack for 9.
That is pretty good. So I'll simply block for 3 and 2. I'll block for 5.
Yep, taking 4.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And what happens next? It's a lot of fun. I love all the words. So I'm going to jam out a what happens next. You already know the deal with this one. And then I'm going to pass priority.
Well, sounds good. I hope the audience is enjoying all this very intellectual wordplay that we're doing, where we read the cards and just sort of lean into the name.
Oh, it's a bit of a thriller, Uhyoung. It's a bit of a thriller.
It is close, 9 to 12. All right, here is a very bland attack for 6, wreak havoc, CNC at home. No defense reaction, so
Okay.
4D reaction.
I'm seeing the timelines flash before me.
really resisting the urge to make the same joke again.
I'm just going to block for 3 here.
All right, take 3. And then when the sits a hero, turn a card in the arsenal face up. Oh, okay, all right. Active Glory, spooky. Move to end my turn.
When you pass, I'm going to pitch, play Active Glory, discounted by 1.
That's pretty good. All right, draw 4.
Okay, I'm just thinking here, I feel, do have the option to, I can gamble a little bit, so I can remove the counter now for the Active Glory to come in for the weapon, but I'm feeling pretty glorious. You know, I want to line this up in a huge attack, so I'm going to take a little bit of a risk here, and I'm just going to go straight to my turn.
All right, sounds good.
So, start of my turn, I'm going to tick these both down to 1 counter. Simply going to attack for 4. Or is it 6? Or is it 6?
So the spooky thing is, if this actually hits, and you have this Active Glory pushing through a lot of damage with a confidence token, I may just die. Tricky, sir. Here is a block for 6.
Okay.
Just so you don't...
I pass priority.
Pass priority. Alrighty. This will break. I am simply going to attack with a red Bear Fangs. When this attacks, draw a card, discard a card. It is 6 power thanks to Kayo. This gets +2, and I will create a might. And then I will also destroy High Tenor, which is when you discard a random card with 6 or more power, you may destroy this. If you do, create 2 might tokens. I'm going to have 3 mights. Pray I don't die on the backswing. I kill you.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead. I was thinking of trying to set up the absolute hero play, but it's a little bit scary against Kayo now that you have those 3 mights as well. This is still pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and defend for 6 here.
Oh, you're going to block with an edge of your seats?
Yeah, the instant's blocking. And then I'm going to take 2.
All right, I'm going to pass my turn.
All right, when you pass priority, I'm going to play another Active Glory.
Okay, this is making sense.
And then I'm going to use my hero ability to remove the counter from this.
Yep.
And move it over to the what happens next.
That's pretty good. Oh no.
So, yeah, like I say, it would have been interesting to try set this up with like a massive attack or so, but the great thing about these is they also impact weapons. So, start of my turn, I'm going to remove a counter, remove both of these counters, so my next attack gets +12, and then I'm going to come in with my weapon for 16.
16.
You know, Cat does have a few no blocks here, so I'm hoping I can make things a little bit awkward for you.
So here is a block for 6, which means I take 10, which is not ideal.
You would be dead.
That's
so.
not an ideal number. Oh. Block for 8, which takes me down to
1, I believe.
I can't let these 3 mights die. Yep, here's a block for 8.
So I guess we're clashing for agility.
Yes, we are. Clash. 6.
Active Glory.
All right, I get an agi. Hiya. And then I'll take 8.
Okay, so I'm glad I didn't play it too risky. So I think this has worked out well. That I got a gigantic weapon swing going down. So I've got him down to 1. Can we find like a confidence or something? The Active Glory is pretty nice here.
Ooh, this agi is working out nice for me. So I'm gonna destroy this Savage Sash. Destroy this. Attack action cards with 6 or more power cost you 1 less to play this turn. I am going to pay 1 to swing, rally the rear guard for 9 with go again.
Pretty good, sir. So this is going to be 9 into 3. So if I block 6, I take 3. So now maybe we got to rely on the good old moment maker with that chip damage. I'm going to defend for 6 here.
Okay.
And take
3.
1, 2, 3.
And then I'll swing Mandible Claw for 3.
Could go to 1.
Come join me at 1 life.
So the problem with going to 1 for me here is I don't want to die to a Pulpy. That would be very sad. So I think what I'm going to do here is defend for 3.
You're scared.
And live to fight another day.
All right. Sounds good. I'll end my turn.
Not going to lie, I was hoping that would be less damage out of the 2 cards. Okay.
You know, Kayo's pretty good with the numbers.
Yep, no, that's fair. Start of my turn, remove a counter from what happens next, goes to the graveyard. And I'm going to pitch. So I was thinking of trying to get you with this Suspense is killing me, but I think with you on 1, you'll probably give me 2 cards anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and attack for 4.
All right, I'll immediately block for 5.
Fair enough.
On my turn, I'm just going to attack you with a Wild Ride. This is when this attacks, draw a card and discard a random card. Whee! If a card with 6 power or more is discarded this way, gets go again, and I have 1 floating. And I also make a might.
Okay, I think this is my moment. Okay, so you're coming in for 6. I am going to just defend for 3.
Okay.
Go down to 1.
All right, I see it. And then I'll pass my turn.
That's fine. I can play at action speed as well, brother.
All right.
Okay, so I've gone down to 1 life here, and I have 2 different options. One, I can go for the kind of the safe play, which is pitch my 2 blues, play the standing ovation for 8, and this is probably the safe play. It gets at least 3 cards off him, but us superstars, we don't play it safe. We shoot for glory. So I'm gonna go for the Dominate Terror Thunder, coming in for 5 Dominate for lethal. He's got no equipment left. This should be enough to close the game.
Okay, now as a revered hero, you've played a great game, Young. Played very well. But
All right.
it's time to close this out. Play Terror Thunder.
Oh no, okay, yeah.
My next attack is +1 and Dominate. Oh wait, he better not have it. I'm gonna attack for 5 Dominate.
Type of 5 Dominate. Oh no, I can only block with 1 card from hand.
No! No!
It's my 1 card.
No! That was the 1 card. He already attacked me with 1!
I can't believe he had it.
Oh, this is a disaster. I could have just attacked him for 8 as well.
Sorry, moment maker, more like moment.
Oh,
Not a moment maker.
why? Why me? Why me?
My might will pop. Oh, and just to clarify.
Do you want to explain why you just juiced me?
So this card says, once per turn instant, discard a card. This gets +3 defense value. So I blocked with 1 card, but I could use another card to make its block 5. But you're lucky, Kieran. Quite lucky here. I did draw quad reds though. So here is Mandible Claw for 4.
Oh, what a loser. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm a revered hero. That's a nice attack, you guys. Oh, man, it makes... Oh, I wonder if I would have killed you with that. Okay. Yeah, of course he drew the Rally the Rear Guard. Okay, attacking me for 4. I'm going to defend for 3.
Oh.
Wait. I'm on 1. Oh, the story isn't done. To be continued. Aura of Suspense. Next time you be dealt damage each turn, prevent 1 of that damage.
Yeah.
If I was reviled, I'd say something mean here. And I'm going to say, nice attack, Young. You couldn't have predicted this.
Just for the audience at home, that was our second take because Kieran said something mean on the first one. He was like,
You mean? No,
a
never.
revered hero can't say this. So we rewound it, to be more thematic.
Okay, start of my turn, I'm going to remove a counter from the to be continued.
All right.
And then, unfortunately, because we're both on 1 life, I wanted to get this turning point to get the confidence, but you've skillfully played around that. I'm going to attack you for 7.
No.
So fault line red, if you have a card in your arsenal, so I don't hear it gets +1. The on crushes when this deals 4 more damage to your hero, put all cards in arsenal to the bottom of the deck. So none of this is relevant here. The fact that's relevant is it's 7 damage and you're on 1. So I'm saying, give me 3 cards or preferably just lose the game here.
Here's 3 cards.
All right, we're in the end game. We're both on 1 life. We need to kill each other. But the thing is, my weapon attacks for 3 and his weapon attacks for 4. So I'm going to arsenal this pulping and pray that I can keep a card so that I can dominate for the win.
I am going to move to Arsenal. No worries.
Okay, I'm gonna have a, before I accept this pass, I'm gonna have a quick check of the graveyard here.
All right. Yeah, you do that. Man, I hazard a guess that you were looking for my red pulpings.
You can hazard whatever you wish. Okay, that's fine. We'll go to my turn.
All right, Arsenal. All right. Need to survive 1 turn.
Okay, start of my turn. Remove the counter. Put this into the graveyard. And I'm going to... Come on, one time. I'm going to pitch, play Terror Thunder,
Oh, yep.
and then attack you for 5. Come on. The red rally's in there. Surely there's no blues. I don't remember what's in this deck. I'm going to attack you for 5 Dominate.
5 dominate, meaning I can only defend with 1 card from hand.
Don't do it to me. Not again.
Here is a block for 3.
Clash.
And I will die.
Oh, you win the clash, bro? Yes, we did it.
All right, good game, sir.
Good game. Man, that was a thriller.
Yeah.
I could have, I thought you were gonna, when you defended with the Rally the Rear Guard, I was like, he's gonna pulp me and kill me, and I'm gonna be devastated to lose this game.
I did have the
Oh, you were setting up the pulp?
Yeah, I just needed to survive 1 more turn.
Man, that turned into a bit of a thriller. I feel like
It was.
I feel like I had that 6 start. You hit me back for a bunch of damage. I got the disruption going. But then it just turned into a bit of back and forth, right? I was trying to get my auras. You were just doing brute things.
I thought I had you when I played Rally the Rear Guard and blocked for 5, and I was like, I'm gonna go turn a corner, and then no.
Yeah, because when I dropped you down to 1, and then I was like, okay, he's got 1 card in hand, 1 card in arsenal. It should be all good here. Then you're like, okay, attack for 10 with Go again into weapon. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'm killing with Terror Thunder. There's 2 Rally the Rear Guards gone. And then you're like, I could only block with 1 card. I'm like, no way. What a guy. Then like the classic Guardian, the hammer for 4 chip in fun, but Pleiades is just a fun hero to play. It was cool just getting to manipulate those auras, keeping the counters on the runs that I wanted to keep there, using the equipment as well just to set up those big swings.
When Pleiades really lines up those auras of suspense, like turns can get crazy.
Yeah, particularly with confidence, right? So even though you have that big fridge, when I came with that boulder drop, it's like, bro, you can only block one of these Eclipse and a card from hand, so it's a pretty sweet game.
Yeah, so if you want to get in on the action, get down to your local game store on the 19th of September when this Armory deck will become available, which is also the weekend where pre-release will begin.
We can have a bit of a rematch. Maybe you on the new Kayo Unhanded Cheat.
Yeah.
I'll be there on my girl Pleiades.
The new Kayo.
The new. Get down to your local game store. We'll see you there.